What's up, GT gang? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're working on the Magnum Maggie right here in the flesh. And if you guys haven't noticed, she's put back together, and not entirely. As you can see, we're going to be installing the ATOTO S8 today. I have this SRT8 bezel kind of just set in, and we're going to go ahead and install the ATOTO S8 Premium and give you guys my overall thoughts on how the install goes, as well as the quality of the radio itself once we put it together. And I'll give you a whole separate video on my overall review of it. So stay tuned, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Shout out to ATOTO for sending me this radio. I'm super excited, super stoked. I've actually had this radio in my hands for over a month now, and I haven't been able to install it because the Magnum hasn't been running. I haven't been able to spend time on the interior parts when I'm trying to get the exterior running. What's the point of putting a good radio in the car if it's not running? So that being said, let's go ahead and get started. I appreciate you guys clicking on the video. If you're new, I'm Mojo, and we got the Magnum put back together. So I hope you guys like the content. If you do, go ahead and subscribe, like the videos, whatever that case may be, share them, and hope you guys like the video. So as I kind of already stated, I have this torn apart already. It's really not a tutorial on how to install, more or less the install itself, but I will go over how I do it, but it's not a step-by-step. So okay, so as I had mentioned previously, I have the bezel all the way removed and everything. It's just a clip here and a couple clips down here. I had some aftermarket wiring I had to deal with. That's why I already had it torn apart. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Like, I need to remove that. That's garbage. Anyway, it's pretty straightforward. You have your wires that you will tap into. You don't even have to do any soldering or anything today. So like I said, I'll walk you through it. No big deal. Exactly where to plug anything in, what kind of wiring harnesses to buy, because the ATOTO doesn't come with the exact wiring harness that you need for your car, so I had to buy mine off of Amazon. So I'll go ahead and show you guys the parts, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I just want to apologize for my mess over here. Disregard. We have the ATOTO S8 Premium with the 10-inch screen, I believe, or 11-inch. Massive radio. We have the Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep multi-kit for vehicles with navigation. So if you do this swap with an 06 to 10 charger, with the navigation, you will need to swap in an 06 to 10 SRT bezel. That's why I said I had mine. I have an SRT8 charger that I swapped this bezel into. So here's that part number. And we have the wiring harness. I already opened this stuff up just to make sure I get all the right stuff. These are the wiring harnesses you will need to install the kit. This is an 05 Dodge Magnum RT. This is not the exact stuff you guys will get unless you have that exact same car, so keep that in mind. You will have to do some research, or you can hit up ATOTO, and they'll be more than happy to help you figure out which exact kit you will need, along with the wiring harnesses. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into each one of these packages and show you what it comes with. So in the harness, we have this wiring harness that actually bypasses the factory amplifier. So if you do have an SRT8 model, you will have to either go aftermarket with the subwoofer, I think, or try to figure out how to make it work. But I have an RT, so I don't have a factory subwoofer. So I apologize for, you know, possibly misleading you guys, but this does work. This application is specific to an RT. I don't know the direction you would go with an SRT8. So that being said, you have your just standard ends on all of these wires. You'll have to either solder them, heat shrink, or butt connect. All these pretty standard for radio swaps. Power wire and an electrical connector for at the back of the radio. For the dash kit, oh, I did want to mention that it does come with an application instruction guide. The installation kit for the dash kit, there is a cubby, the actual bezel that goes around the radio. So we have the bezel, the cubby, and the side brackets, as well as an installation instruction sheet. I do want to mention that this one is specific to one with navigation, so you do have to swap over an SRT model dash bezel. So that's with the navigation. So right here we have the radio. If you didn't see the unboxing video, here it is. 10.1 inch ATOTO S8 Premium with Android CarPlay and Apple CarPlay. I'm not really sure what they're called, but it's very intuitive. Bluetooth, you have Wi-Fi capabilities, the whole 9 yards. I go over all that stuff on the unboxing video. All right, guys, so I've got this wiring harness laid out right here. I really don't like the look of just bare, not necessarily bare wires, but they're not protected by some kind of wrapping. So I do have this self-adhering wrap that I really like. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, and it'll look really nice. Check it out. So this stuff was like a few dollars off of Wish. And believe it or not, it's some of the best stuff that I've bought for wiring. And it looks phenomenal. It makes it look super professional. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the car and see where it gets us. So as you can see, it's clearly a pretty long wiring harness. So you're probably wondering, if I'm just wiring in a radio, why is the harness so long? So you're bypassing the factory amplifier with this harness. I'm not sure if that's the only way you can make it work. I don't understand why, but that's what they send you. So I already have these two plugs disconnected right here, and this is where your plugs will plug into, and you'll run them underneath the kick panel, through and out through the radio area. Okay, so with your car harness that you have installed already and your radio harness, this is what comes with the radio, so it won't always match, actually hardly ever won't match the harness that you put in for your car. So they have this color code diagram here, not really a diagram, but a list of what wires go where. Go ahead and screenshot that if you like. And there is this little sheet that tells you for the bypass harness where they go. So it's a little bit of both worlds. So I'm going to start on the back of this package and start using these connectors. I really have become fond of these. They're heat shrink solder and they work really, really good. So I'm going to go ahead and use these and wrap everything up. Okay, everybody, so here is kind of the end result of the wiring. I have basically an entire plug that goes down to where the amplifier is, that plugs into those. You don't even end up using. I didn't realize that until I watched another video where they use this exact same harness. A guy installed this on Dodge Magnum as well. So it made it really easy for me to watch. So I'll actually link his video down below. Go ahead and check it out. It's way more in depth than what I'm doing. But yeah, so basically an entire one of those plugs you don't use, and I had already cloth wrapped it all the way up to this point. So I just cloth wrapped this, taped up the ends so that the wires don't short to each other. And then you're left with the speaker wires, and then your constant 12 volts, which is here, and then your ground as well, and your accessory, which goes into the cigarette lighter down here. And I already plugged it in, tested it, so it's pretty damn simple. Plug it into the radio, turn the key on. Not hard at all. So now we're going to figure out how to actually mount it. I did mention earlier that you will need to upgrade to the SRT size. At least that's what my understanding of it is. Back up in here, I got all the wiring completely finished. I did want to add that you don't even use one of those plugs, but I already had it all taped up, so I just wrapped them up with the cloth tape, electrical tape, tucked it away, and I swapped over my climate control module and my hazard light bar here. It has the rear wiper. If you just have a charger or something, you wouldn't have to swap it over, because the Magnums have the rear wiper, chargers don't. So that's where I'm at with this. I just ran the USB down here through the side. I am going to tuck this up higher up in here, because basically I'm just going to have a phone, like an iPhone charger, plugged into this all the time. And this plugs into the back of the radio right there. And I'm going to plug in the Wi-Fi connector, which is right there. That's the Wi-Fi antenna. I'm not going to use the GPS antenna, but that is a possibility for you guys to do. I love the options that they provide for us. So I will not be using that, but this is kind of the setup I have right now. I have the cage installed in the back. I kind of have this set up, the cage installed in the back, and I could not use this bezel. It doesn't fit over this, and the holes don't really line up, so you do not need this bezel for this specific radio, of course. So what I'm going to do now is pop this all back in, and that will leave me with installing the Wi-Fi antenna and then plug in the radio, screw it in from the side. That's how you have access, because you screw it in from the side out here. And then we're done for the install. We can try it out. So I just stuck the Wi-Fi antenna. It's got double-sided tape on it. I stuck it to the top of the frame. That way it's right in the middle of the car. The Wi-Fi antenna would connect to any Wi-Fi signal, such as whether it be from a router or a personal hotspot. So I don't really mind it being in here because I could use my personal hotspot. I don't really see a scenario where I'd be using it on Wi-Fi at a house or such. So I'm gonna go ahead, route this back through here, and then we're good to install it. So now you're gonna be left with these 3 plugs for the Wi-Fi antenna. You have the USB and your plug for the radio itself. So we're gonna plug those in and bolt it in. There are 2 screws on each side, small one here, small one there, and the same on the opposite side. So let's go ahead and bolt her up and fire it up, guys. All right, guys, everything is buttoned up. I have not taken the protective film off just in case this doesn't work, but I know it did work before I buttoned all the wiring up, so I'm pretty confident. Let's check it out. Oh, wow, that screen delay was like nothing. Wow, that's incredible. Okay, so I did navigate a little bit through it earlier. Bluetooth music. I'm not going to play the music because I'm not going to get copyright striked. So here's what it looks like, guys. Go through everything. I have to get in order to make my radio work, I have to have an antenna adapter. But I didn't opt for that option because I'm always going to go with Bluetooth music. So the way this works with the Wi-Fi antenna, if you have a personal hotspot like I do, you can connect your phone hotspot to your radio, and you can watch YouTube videos, download different apps, get on the internet, surf the web, go on maps, etc. As far as Apple CarPlay, I'm not sure how this links, but so far I'm in love with this, guys. It fits very nicely. It's very sturdy, and I'm overall really pleased. Thank you, ATOTO. And if I were to buy this, I would definitely not be unimpressed. I mean, even for getting this, for me anyway, they sent this to me. I'm very appreciative of that, by the way. But this is a fantastic radio. I mean, the responsiveness is fantastic. I mean, if I click this, you can swipe up off everything like a normal cell phone. It's literally just a tablet, and then you click here to go back home, and then you click this to go back. It's basically it's an Android tablet is what it is, and it's fantastic. It fits nicely. And let me know what you guys think. If I missed anything, I'd love to give you guys a little update, or possibly respond to any of your comments that have any concerns of anything that I didn't cover. So I hope you guys liked the video. Shout out to ATOTO again. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. I can't thank you enough. And hopefully we can do more sponsorships together. 10 out of 10 install. It took me a while because like halfway through the video I got extremely dehydrated and I had to sleep for like 10 hours straight, but it went good. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Thank you guys for the support on the channel, and ATOTO, thank you guys again. So all right, guys, so one little update that I made this video months ago before I even got the Magnum running. So I just reached out to ATOTO and told them that I was ready to upload this video. I had the content all put together, and they were actually able to reinstate my promo code, which is 6% off on any radio or anything you buy from them. So I'm going to go ahead and put that link down below, or at least the code below. It's ATOTO US 6. I'll put that down below. Go buy yourself a radio, guys. This thing is phenomenal. The Apple CarPlay is as simple as plugging in your phone like you're charging it, and it's just amazing. I love the radio. I'm really hoping that they're going to send me one for my charger, because I would absolutely love to install one in there. I loved it for the week that I had it. Thank you for watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.